even though they may come across as a good guy, they're probably not.
Thinking and stand up for themselves by in fact saying that it is not all men, and I might add, it never has been.
But it just goes to show how men choose themselves, because we end up being collateral damage for them after we chose them over and over and over again. And
we were talking entirely too long to those guys for us to sit there and not have not one drink bought for us, nothing offered to us. That is unacceptable. We need to be charging these guys tax.
Don't let the world fool you. Say, a woman with multiple baby daddies is better than a man with multiple baby mamas.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before we get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
I go out last night with a couple of girlfriends and we went to Wally's in Santa Monica. It was very, very cute, a good vibe. We're just having like a little girls' night, whatever. We're in the back, we're sitting, we're just chatting, and these two guys come over and they start chatting it up with us, and it was fine. We were being friendly, we were being nice, and they were like good conversation. I began to notice that these guys, within the first 15 minutes, they did not offer to buy us drinks. Mind you, we weren't drinking anything. I know you. We were just sitting there. We were actually really kind of buying time until we went to the next spot. So we're talking, 15 minutes goes by. They didn't offer to buy drinks, nothing. They're just talking to us. Another 15 minutes go by, we're still talking. Another 15 minutes go by, we're still talking. I get to the point where I'm like, okay, we've been here for a while. I'm getting bored, I'm getting annoyed, and we were been supposed to leave. We are talking to these guys that we actually aren't even really interested in. And so I excused myself to the bathroom thinking that that was going to be the cue for the other girls to realize that, hey, either join me in the bathroom for us to regroup, or hey, let's wrap these things up with these guys and let's keep them moving to the next spot. I get back, still talking. So finally I tapped my friend and I just told her like, hey, I'm ready, like, let's go. We end up all like exchanging numbers, whatever. So when we're walking out, I was telling them like, hey, we were talking entirely too long to those guys for us to sit there and not have not one drink bought for us, not one appetizer offered to us, nothing offered to us. That is unacceptable behavior, and I'm sorry. And this might ruffle feathers for some girls watching this video, and if that...
You know what's wild with her? This is crazy, because your friends probably could have been happy, shocked, because no guys are talking to them in the street, right? They were like, wow, finally, a guy is talking to me. I'm going to soak this up. That's why your friends felt inclined to exchange numbers. You most likely didn't. Probably you weren't the one getting talked to. So you're feeling sour about that, right? You're not gonna tell the people that though. You're gonna lie and make it seem like I'm the biggest 3 or 4. I'm all about the dollars. No, you're not. You want to get talked to. I can see the saltiness in your face. You guys see it? She got the thing swinging, but hair is all salty.
that is ruffling your feather, then boo, you need to keep scrolling, because this is not the video for you, and the content that I make is not going to be what you like.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
I'm sorry. I am not going to be sitting there talking to guys for more than 15 minutes without them offering to do anything or offering to buy anything, especially if they see that we are not drinking anything or having anything. Like, excuse me, but no. I am not going to be giving you my time, my energy, without you also reciprocating and giving anything back in return for it. And I'm sick of seeing and being around women who are doing that. We need to learn that, I'm sorry, but we need to be charging these guys tax. Like,
I said, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah, for me to sit here and talk to you, for you to have my time.
Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
For you to have my attention, you need to be doing something, sir. I'm sorry, I am not a cheap date. No, 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 no. So this just goes to say that, ladies, if a man approaches you at a bar, at a restaurant, out, wherever you are, and he's talking to you and it seems great, that's wonderful. If he doesn't offer to buy you a drink or something, or do something for you, or see you in the next couple of days because he's super admiring you and enamored by you, boo, you need to cut it short, wrap it up, and move on to the next one. Trust me, that's going to make you more appealing. And if not, then you dodged an actual bullet.
That sounds like being single.
First, she said you wanted to kill time, but look, that's not even a thing. Why are you propositioning men like you're a 304? You're putting this out for the world too. You're on TikTok saying that you want the ladies to soak this up, and you're doing it all for money. Why? People are going to pay to see stop accepting the bare minimum from men. Women, oh yeah, oh yeah. And you know what's wild? 50% of these girls are not like that at all. Like, they say whatever they want to online, and then they're going to Walmart and stealing merchandise. You remember that lady that went to Walmart? Just like that. Frauds.
Female friendships are weird. Let's talk about it. You can have a BFF for life of 7+ years, 3+ years, and the next minute y'all are arguing and never talking to each other again. It can be over the pettiest things. It could be over you not getting an invite to her birthday party, or you actually get an invite to her birthday party and get uninvited indirectly without her actually uninviting you. Or the friend who only reaches out to you when they need a favor or need you to do something that benefits them. It's so funny, the older we get less friends. But that's good because it kind of shows us who our true real friends are. Also, something I realized is just because a friend stops hitting you up or you guys get distant from each other, that doesn't always mean that they don't want to be your friend anymore. It literally could just mean that you guys outgrew each other and matured differently and are on different paths in life. But if you constantly feel left out every time they have an event and you're not invited, that ain't your friend. There's too much to unpack in this video, so I am going to do a part 2.
Miss Badu was on The Breakfast Club recently, and I absolutely loved her interview. She had bars. She had a word for us today, ladies, and I'm not sure if the interview was today or whatever the day was, but I happened to see it across my timeline today where she was, someone made a clip about having multiple baby daddies. And girl, that one definitely spoke to me. Having but one baby daddy, right? That one actually really spoke to me because it was it's very eye-opening. If you haven't seen the interview of Miss Erykah Badu on The Breakfast Club, then go and watch it. I'm gonna have to go and watch it. I have not seen the whole thing yet, but that clip has me sold. I'm gonna have to go and watch it. So this is our reminder. We're gonna go and watch the interview. But anyway, so just speaking to some of the things that I heard in the clip, her speaking about having multiple baby daddies and being able to like sidestep or completely miss that labeling that other women will end up getting, the label of being, promiscuous, or being, irresponsible, or just any type of negative association of you as a woman, right? She managed to sidestep all of that. And
she's talking about Erykah Badu, somebody that's famous, that's saying, call on Tyrone. Okay looking, right? With a fatty. You're comparing yourself to a woman that can sing with a fatty and is known for having good Aunt Jemima pancakes, right? Aunt Jemima is off the chain. Guys know her for that Aunt Jemima being off the chain. So you're comparing a regular baby mama to her? She's famous. You're not even in that same warehouse. Stop it.
It's very impressive. It's very eye-opening and enlightening and inspiring, right? Because I made the decision, honestly, to keep having all of my children with the same person because I did not want to be labeled that way. I did not want to be looked at a certain way which was definitely going to be negative by having multiple baby fathers. As a black woman, if I roll up anywhere with more than one baby daddy, it's already a bad look, especially as someone who was raised by the pastor's daughter, a very, very heavily religious Christian family, is a bad look. So I've already, this is my mind before my before my frontal lobe fully developed in by like age 35. It took a while, y'all. Before that happened, my thought process was very different. I was thinking that, okay, I've already broken away from, the church and my upbringing there. I've already, disappointed, my indoctrination of, I should be married first. I've now had a child out of wedlock. So I determined, my brain was like, hey, what we're going to do is just have all of our children with the same man, knowing very well that man didn't even like me, right? That man didn't even like me. But I was determined that I was going to be the best woman, right? By doing the things that the culture would dictate as making me a good woman, right? Sticking by a man and having all my kids with this person. So I did that, and thinking that was going to have a better outcome. But honestly, what I found happens, ladies, is the more that we try to contort ourselves in a culture, the less our lives are going to be comfortable, the less our lives are going to be rewarding for us. If we're
The man didn't want her. So why did he keep having babies with you? Why did he stay with you? Like, men don't just stay for the easy Jemima. They stay out of love. Maybe a man is not, oh, baby, I love you. Oh, you're the best. Not every guy shows love that way. Like, how do you determine? How do you put that on him and say, oh, you didn't even like me? Why did you stay? Why did you do like every other modern woman? Didn't your church background show you any better? I'm lost here.
contorting ourselves to fit into the culture. Now, if the culture fits you, enjoy it and be comfortable there. By all means, I'm not talking down on the culture, because our culture is very complicated. It's got levels to it. It's got a front and a back. It's got an A and a B side. Okay, our culture is wild. So, and that's another thing I wanted to speak to too. I'm all full of tangents. Is how Miss Badu managed to speak about culture, speak about our culture, speak about us, without putting down a single person, without talking down about a single solitary soul. Kudos. That is universal energy right there. That is universal energy right there. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Hopefully I didn't forget my line of thought. But the point was, we'll find ourselves either trying to contort to fit into culture if it doesn't fit us, and then we'll find ourselves having different types of physical or mental or spiritual ailments, because we're not living our best reality. We're not living our true selves, right? Now, being a child of, being raised initially in the church and all that type of stuff, a child of the pastor's daughter, right? I did my best to toe the lines, right? I stepped outside of the culture that I was raised in, the Christian culture, right? At least that level of it. I stepped outside of that, and so I thought that to try to, redeem myself would mean towing the lines of the culture. So basically remaining tethered to the fence post and just spinning in circles around it, not really ever developing myself further, not really ever getting anywhere in life, not getting any closer to my spiritual goals, my purpose, none of that, because I'm tethering myself to something that does not suit me, that does not fit me. And instead of towing this line and living in misery, I should have cut that cord. I should have just moved entirely away from the fence post and explored what life is for myself, instead of living based off of, even loosely based off of the dogma and indoctrination that I grew up with. Now, a lot of those things, of course, they were always meant with good intention, because we raise our children with good intentions. Most of us, right? The vast majority, right? So all of that was with good intention. I don't mean to say it like it was meant to hurt me in any type of way. Not by the people that were passing it down. Maybe by the ones who created the system in the first place, because who does a nuclear family benefit? Really, truly, capitalism and nothing else. I'm going to say it right out. Nuclear families only benefit capitalism. They don't benefit the people. They really don't. Some people it fits for you, and for some people it doesn't. So again, we should not be contorting ourselves to fit into boxes that are not even made for us. These boxers, they were made for capitalism. A lot of these boxes, they were made for different purposes. They were made to be able to control people, to be able to quickly label you, judge you, and put you in a place and be able to manipulate you from that place. Okay, so when we step outside of our culture, when we step outside of our upbringing and the indoctrination, that's when we're going to find ourselves. That's when we're going to start finding what's meant for us out here, right? So there's a lot of things I feel like I didn't do because I felt like it would have been shaming my culture or going against my culture. So like, I've never even dated outside my race. And I'm not racist by any means. I love everybody. But I've never even dated outside my race because of the indoctrination that I had growing up, of knowing that bringing home anybody other than a black man would have been a problem. Would have been a problem. There's a lot of things about myself that I did not explore because of the way that I was brought up. And now that I've got that good old developed prefrontal cortex or frontal lobe, I be getting them confused. It might be the same thing. You best believe I'm exploring my life. Baby, I'm exploring my life. And so this is me giving you permission as well. Little sister, explore. Step outside of the indoctrination. Live your best life. Safely. Safely. Do things with love and intention for yourself and without the intention of harm for anyone else. And you should be having a much better version of reality if you're struggling right now with any of the boxes that you were raised in. So that's my word for today. And until next time.
Wow. That's deep because to me, she pretty much said, I'm giving up Christianity. She might as well have just said that. I'm not going to be a Christian anymore. I wasn't a Christian anymore because I didn't get married to the man I had a baby with. I don't want to judge her. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect, but it's a sad situation. The way she talked about it, you can tell her heart was somewhere there, but not really. And that's how it is. That's how men feel nowadays, right? Their heart is not into it. So why are men gonna waste that time? Like the first lady. The first lady expected the men to pay for her time. They're trying to get to know these ladies. Pay for my time. No. This is not 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I would have bought a drink at the bar for the ladies. To talk to you, I would have paid, bought a drink just so you could sit there and talk with me because I'm taking up your time. I said that to my wife. I would have done it. But now, would I have done it now? Mm-mm. No.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Whenever men get in your comment sections or come to you in the middle of a conversation or whatever and say not all men, just know.
Just know what? I can't wait to hear how we're going to spin this one today.
That even though they may come across as a good guy, they're probably not.
Because why? They dared to stand up against bigoted thinking and stand up for themselves by in fact saying that it is not all men, and I might add, it never has been.
Real talk.
What type of person actually demonizes an entire demographic because of the actions of some?
That the whole not all men thing is...
Please explain why an entire group of people is guilty of something.
Are deathly afraid of each other.
No, they're not. But go on.
And their fear of one another speaks volumes, doesn't it? Because why do y'all fear each other? Why would y'all be in such fear of each other? So wonderful.
I must say, it's almost admirable, really. The amount of dedication that some individuals are showing in regards to trying to, in fact, demonize an entire population of people based on characteristics that they cannot control. What exactly is the overall goal and the point of doing so? I try to stereotype an entire population of people.
Yeah, sour, that's why. I love how Lady J puts it down because she's being direct and straight to the point. And it's simple what she's doing. It is. But is she talking to ladies who think very simply? It's like they talk like it's very complex, but it's not. It's not complex. And she breaks it down and makes you come across so minuscule. Why? Because you are.
Ladies, we got to start choosing ourselves. And I say that because I'm sitting in my car and I'm just thinking about all the relationships, not even relationships, just like men in general that I have had the opportunity to deal with. Like, I'm just sitting around thinking about how men like can 1,000 times and then they beg for our grace and beg for them to come back and us to forgive them. And when we do one wrong thing, I don't care how small it is, they ready to walk away the first time. And they do. Most of the time they do. And without like without a care in the world about how you feel, no matter how much begging or trying you try to do, they walk away the first time. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. Like, kudos to them, they walked away the first time. But it just goes to show how men choose themselves. And while we give them chance after chance, they choose themselves when they cheat. They choose themselves when they come back and ask us to forgive them, and then they go cheat again. But we cannot do anything wrong because they walk away from us no matter how long it's been.
Girl, I was with Tyrone, he in the streets. Yeah, he took me out. It was exciting. There's the excitement side, but then there's always, if this doesn't work out with Tyrone, I have a story where Tyrone was the one that did me wrong.
Or nothing, we can.
It sounds like you have a problem with guys cheating on you. You need to pick different men. Men are choosing themselves because they do what they want for themselves. Yes, more men are doing it. It's about time. Men have been choosing you first for the longest. Not you. I'm not saying you. But you're accepting nonsense maybe from Pookie or some other guy who's doing you wrong because you're accepting it, who continues to do you wrong because you're accepting it. All they have to say is sorry, and you'll be back tomorrow. Is that every man's fault? No, it's not. Choose the right guy. Choose the guy where? Once again, that's in your friend zone. That's the guy that wants you. That's the man for you. You know what happened before in the past? A lot of the guys that are for you that used to be in your friend zone are not there anymore. Talk about that. Talk about how those guys chose themselves. I didn't hear one. Like, I bet you, I know she had guys in her friend zone that deaded her. Stop being her friend. But instead, oh, these men choose themselves. Talk about how men choose themselves.
Beg and plead, and we probably ask them to do things 1,000 times that they didn't do. And then they'll go turn around. They choose themselves again by turning around and going to go do it for the next person. Everything that you asked them to do for you.
When you Russell, he ain't finna do nothing. You never finna be no victim. And so what that means is, if the Russell never finna do nothing and try you, guess what you got to do?
What's that?
You got to step your character up and not be doing neither. You got to be not texting niggas and in it.
And it's just really sad because we end up being collateral damage for them after we chose them over and over and over again. And it's just really sad that a lot of us women have had to go through that. And I don't think that's right. I just feel like we really got to just put our feelings to the side and just say the same way they do.
I'm doing on the side, I'll always be able to say, girl, yeah, I did somebody else, but Tyrone been.
Yeah.
And so now all my wrongs are justified. I'm a victim, even when I'm not.
And yeah.
I know what she's a victim of, and I saw it from when you guys saw it as well. I reacted to the video when a lady, she was with a guy for 10 years, didn't marry her. The next woman he was with her for 6 or 7 months, got married. Why did he marry her? Because she didn't put up with any of the nonsense that his ex put up with. So whose fault was it that she get married? That same thing, she mentioned it. She mentioned it happened to her. Stop accepting nonsense. Too much. Some ladies accept too much. You got to put a foot down. That's your fault.
Brother,
That baby don't look amazing.
what's that?
One of the most heinous BBLs I've ever seen in my entire life. And I have bared witness to some pretty plastic surgery in my time. I used to work at a really high-end mall in a department store, and it was like every day you would see at least one. But this BBL I saw the other day, it was heart-wrenching. It was the type of BBL where you, normal everyday infrastructure no longer accommodates you. You have to change your lifestyle. It wasn't even funny or entertaining. It was genuinely tragic to witness. I'll be honest with you, I think I needed to see it. I think I needed to see it because that BBL, it just put into perspective. And it reminded me that I have so much in my life to be grateful for that I just take for granted on an everyday basis. And I could be dealing with all of the same I'm dealing with right now, and then also have to deal with a BBL on top of that. My life will always be far from perfect, but it could also always be worse. And that was the takeaway. No hate to that girl, though. Also shows you where my priorities lie, because I also saw someone with cancer same day, and it just did not have the same effect on me. I'm sorry.
Wow. She saw someone with cancer, didn't work. Someone with BBL made her rethink life choices. Well, I'm happy that a BBL can do that for you. There are a lot of girls out there like her, though.
I have had literally multiple rounds of like surgery. I've had the BBL, I've done my nose, I've done so many things on my body multiple times. So I haven't like done my boobs once, I've done it multiple times, I've done my body multiple times. And I have never ever been botched until now. And the guys, when I tell you, like, it's messing me up.
Show us.
Actually messing me up, bro. When I actually think about it, I'm like, I didn't really need the surgery. Like, why did I actually do that to myself? Like, it's so peak. It's actually so peak. You know, I tell you guys my business all the time. So if you guys want me to talk about all my other surgeries though that have gone right and correctly, I will do that. If you want me to talk about like BBLs, boob jobs, nose jobs, all of that stuff, I will. But I don't know. Every time I talk about it here and there, people always cuss me. So I'm like, oh, maybe they don't even want to hear about it. But yes, I have been botched. I had a flipping arm lift. And when I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, I really didn't even need the arm lift. Like my arms were actually okay. They were chunkier, but I didn't really need the arm lift. And now I'm stuck. Shall I just insert the picture? Let me insert. I'm gonna show you. And an arm lift is basically like I had very big arms, but my top half is quite small because of like the surgeries I've done. So I like small top half, big bottom half. Like I like big thighs, big bum.
Guys, that's why you meet someone. Let me see your picture from 10 years ago, because I don't believe. Seriously, I don't believe.
I like that. But then I want my titties to be small. I want everything else at the top to be small. But my arms weren't the small that I wanted it to be small. So basically, I went to get an arm lift. I never ever thought about the scarring. When I think about it, I could have just gone gym. I could have just gone gym and gym would have given me the same result. So anyway, yeah, I went to Turkey and basically they did the arm lift. When I tell you like that guy slaughtered me, I was in a butcher's, bro. Like that man treated my body like a butcher's. He literally just sliced my arms. My scarring goes all the way into my armpit. So when I was healing, my arms are literally raised like this. So let me give you an example. So your arm, imagine my arm is like this big. He cuts the excess fat off, pulls both skins together and stitches the skin together. But when he cut all the way into my armpit.
Ugh.
So like when I was sweating and all of that, I was sweating into my stitches. Like it was, healing was crazy. And now I have like these two long cuts on my arm. When I tell you, like, I've been wearing long sleeve, it's stressing me out. But I get, this is what I get, man. Yeah, guys, if you guys want to do an arm lift, don't do it, man. Don't even do it. It's a waste of time.
Damn, tragic. Oh no, Vivica. That thing, look at that thing. It look like a pamper. That don't look good. Damn, Vivica. It look like she got pampers on. Ugh.
I'm not understanding this BBL addiction that a lot of these women got going on. Vivica Fox, you 60 years old. What the hell do you need with a BBL, ma'am? You are past your prime.
Yes.
You keep going under the knife. You got face surgery. You got body surgery. God damn, ain't that much surgery in the world. I wouldn't give a damn if you go to Dr. Miami, Dr. Wisconsin, hell, Dr. Rhode Island. All these BBLs look the same. And a lot of y'all out here still be built like an open can of biscuits. You feel me? Yes. Man, I don't give a damn. Freddy Krueger face and everything. Man, come on, bro. Y'all priorities messed up. It's not that serious. Is it really worth to keep going under the knife? No. It's so, and then a lot of y'all be getting this surgery and stuff, and y'all don't want to work out. Y'all be having these little bitty ass chicken legs.
Yeah.
Looking crazy as hell. Know what I'm saying? Man, stop it, man. Y'all need to do better, bro. It's not that serious, man. Is that the only way y'all can get a man? Let me, because clearly it is, you feel me? Clearly you don't love yourself enough. I'm talking to whoever keep getting them. Crazy.
She was working out on her legs. You should have went there with some fat in your legs. You should have been eating like crazy and went there chunky and had them take some fat out and reposition it. But she went there from after going to the gym for months and it didn't work out. Actually, for that, she was fat and sloppy. So, but it wasn't too much out of proportion. But it's still she looked erect. But when she got the fat from her leg, she didn't have much places to take fat from. Like she wasn't sloppy and nasty. So now she looks like that pillow butt.
Listen to me and listen to me very clearly. Don't let them fool you. Hey. Even if when I am a mother of 1 times 2 or times 3, when it's fine. Mamel, this thing, it's one. When a father has multiple baby mothers and when a mother has multiple baby daddies, it's different. Don't let them fool you. Okasi comparing when you're on a panties 100, limushimane on a lindy joke it's 100. Obviously, who's the wrong one in acrimony? Who is the weird one here? The man with 100 jokes or the woman with 100 panties? Obviously, how na mona lindy joke it's 100? Oh, but when a woman has the panties 100, it's normal. It's the same situation. Don't let the world fool you. Say a woman with multiple baby daddies is better than a man with multiple baby mamas.
You can't make this up.
Waba mo killing e bile o ka seng convince. Okay, batla banyana ba. Baba. Yeah. Strong ones. Shincha fela mo and have a mindset of abandon.
Her mind is twisted. I don't know what she was saying. I know what she was saying, but it didn't make any sense at all. Like, what do you mean it's not the same? It's worse. And men are showing it by not talking to them. It's not worse. You're crazy.
If you are thinking about getting any type of surgery that requires you to stay at a recovery house, such as lipo, a BBL, or anything like that, please do your research on these recovery homes. These two sisters went to get surgery together, and when they were at the recovery home, one of the sisters passed away. They are still waiting on the autopsy back because this just recently happened, but the sister is saying that Keela's recovery home gave her sister pills that were not prescribed to her. She even said when they asked Keela, the owner of the recovery home, where the sister pills were, that she said they were still at the pharmacy. If you're going to run a business like that and you have people's lives in your hands, you don't need to be taking no type of shortcuts. She let them know that she was concerned about her sister when her sister was just laying there. And it's like, oh, she's just tired. She just needs to get some rest. No, she knows her sister. She's laying right next to her sister and seeing that her sister has not moved in hours. And it would have been one thing if they showed some type of concern or even just checked on her, but it's like, y'all just gonna let her lay there. And then they paid y'all all this money and y'all have not gave this girl a refund. Y'all ignoring her, can't find an Instagram page. There are so many stories about people passing at the BBL, so you would think that if you own a recovery home or if you're working at a recovery home, you would be more attentive to your clients. There's no reason hours should have went by and you didn't check on her. Like, you should at least offer her some food or something. So my advice to y'all is if you plan on getting any type of surgery, take somebody that you know cares about you with you. Don't even stay at the recovery homes. And if you don't have nobody that care about you who can go with you, you just don't need to be going right now.
Better yet, just don't do it. Right? All you ladies are going under the knife. And I actually saw my mother-in-law, my son's grandmother, pass from getting a BBL. Came back home, caught COVID. Why? Why did she catch it? Because it's easier to catch it. And it's a sad thing. Why did that happen? Most likely because she went and got a BBL and her body was weak. Ladies, just don't do it. Stay confident within yourself. If a man is telling you you're beautiful, believe it. If a man tells you you don't need to get a BBL, you'll find a way you are, believe him. Because right now, these ladies are wasting money to do things men don't care for. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.